Hi everyone, Mo Rifki here. Today we're going to be reading a story about the Seder, but before we do that I want to show you what materials you're going to need for this lesson. So you're going to need plain white piece of paper, no lines, just regular plain white. You will need crayons or markers or colored pencils, whatever you have in your house, and a scissor. So to get started, we're going to take our white piece of paper and we're going to fold it in half. So you're going to hold it this way and you're going to fold it just like that so that it looks like this. So I'm going to fold mine and just go like this. And now I'm going to, you can either rip it across or you can cut it across. I have it now, it's folded. I have a line down the middle, as you can see, and I'm going to cut on that line. So what are we doing with these two pieces of paper? So one of them we're going to be using now, and one of them we're going to be using after I read the story. So on the first page, so the other paper they were not using, you can put to the side, and the first paper that we're using, what you're going to be doing is, I want you to now think for a minute about something you remember about Pesach, something you remember about the Seder. It could be just one thing, and you're going to take a minute or two just to draw a picture of that and put it aside, and we're going to be discussing that soon. So I'm going to draw now what I remember from Pesach from last year, what I remember about the Seder, and we're going to share that at the end. So right now you should be drawing on your paper something that you remember about Pesach. Think about it and draw, and in a minute we're going to get started. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I drew. So what I remember about Pesach from last year is I remember that on Pesach, during the Seder, we eat a sandwich with matzah and maror. So I drew a picture of, it's not such a great picture, but it's two matzot and green leaf in the middle for the maror. You should have drew whatever it is that you remember, and that's going to be something that we remember from last year. So now for the book. While I'm reading the book, I want you to pay attention to what I'm reading in the book, which is all about the Seder, and I want you to focus on one new thing. It can be more than one new thing, but at least one new thing that you learned from the book, or that the book reminded you of that you didn't remember now, about the Seder, and you're going to be drawing that on the second piece of paper after we're done reading the story. So while I'm reading, you're thinking about a new thing from the book that you learned about the Seder. So let's get started. The title of the story is called This is the Matzah. It's written by Abby Levine and it's illustrated by Paige Villain Fry. This is the Matzah. This is the matzah. Stacked in the aisle, Max reaches up to the top of the pile. Matzah for sandwiches, matzah for snacks, for matzah meal brownies, and Seder, says Max. So think about, what is Max doing now in the story? Who is he with? This is too early, but Ruth can't wait. Max helps her fill up the Seder plate. So this is Max and Ruth. Think about who Ruth might be. She's his sister, probably. And they're filling up the Seder plate. Now this is a real picture of the Seder plate, and this is what the different items on the Seder plate. I'll go through that quickly right now. This is maror, right here, this picture. It's not a real picture. This is just an illustration. Someone drew it. This is the beitzah, the egg. This is the karpas. We use celery. Some people use, this is a picture of parsley that some people use. This is hazeret, right over here. This is charoset, right over here. And this is the bone that people use. And this is what a Seder plate looks like. This is a tablecloth spotlessly white, the silver and goblets sparkling and bright, for this night so different from all other nights. And for Eliyahu, this is his cup. We fill it with wine. Will he pick it up? This is the blessing of fruit of the vine. Max drinks his grape juice, pretending it's wine. So think about what part of the seder we're up to right now. This is Kaddish. This is a parsley we dip for the years we labored in slavery and shed salty tears. After the blessing for fruit of the vine, when everyone sipped from the grape juice and wine that sit on the tablecloth spotlessly white, for this night so different from all other nights, where Ruth placed the beautiful seder plate that she filled up early, she just couldn't wait. Next to the matzah, stacked in a pile from boxes Mac chose in the Passover aisle. This is the matzah that Grandma divides. There's half for the table and half that she hides. These are the four questions. It's Ruth's turn to chant. She sings Ma Nishtana with some help from her aunt. This is our story. Each one tells a part. Max knows the names of the plagues by heart. In Egypt we toiled and ceaselessly. Moses asked Paro to let us go free, but a hard-hearted Paro refused to relent until the terrible 10th plague was sent. We packed all we owned in the darkness and fled. We brought only dough, no time to bake bread. We reached the Red Sea, which parted in two, having a path where we could cross through. So this is when they crossed through the Yam Suf, through the Red Sea, and the sea split. Our dough baked to matzah beneath the hot sun. That day in the desert, it fed everyone. Tonight we imagine that we are that band rescued from slavery by God's outreached hand. This is a sandwich of bitter and sweet, and this is our dinner. It's time to eat. So this is korech, the sandwich, that we eat matzah and maror, and this is shulchan orech, when we eat a meal all together. This is the hunt under pillows and chairs, in the bathroom, the basement, and even upstairs, for the matzah that Grandma has hidden, but we're... And they're looking for the afikoman that they hid. This is the door that Max opens wide. He whispers, Eliyahu, please come inside. This is the wind that blows through the door. Isn't it open now more than before? Was it Eliyahu? Look at his cup. We know he's been here, for he's drunk some wine up. This is the uncle who sings out of tune and louder than anyone else in the room after the wind has blown through the door where Eliyahu has passed so often before. And all the kids searched under pillows and chairs for the matzah that's hidden, but no one knows where. After the sandwich of bitter and sweet, the story we tell before we can eat, the parsley, the wine, and the table so bright, on this night so different from all other nights. This is the end of our seder, and then tomorrow we'll start eating matzah again. There's matzah lasagna that's served piping hot, Matzah balls bobbing inside the soup pot, matzah meal brownies and matzah for snacks. We've got lots of matzah for Pesach, says Max. So now, after reading the story and hearing the story, I want you now to take a minute and think about, using your other paper, I want you to think, what is something new about Pesach or about the Seder that you learned from this book, or something that you noticed from the pictures, and you're going to think about that. You will write it down and draw it, and thank you so much for watching.